Hello, I'm Natasha Chilingarian.
And I'm Michael Ogden. This is Shared Accounts with CU Times, sponsored this month by Bud Financial. Check them out at thisisbud.com. Thank you, Bud Financial. Okay, for my trivia night playing friends out there, you know who you nerds are, and I'm one of them. The concept of the baby new year goes back to 600 BC in ancient Greece, where people celebrated the rebirth of Dionysus, the god of wine and fertility, and they'd march around town with a brand new baby in a basket. It seems weird, but they didn't have TV. So, in honor of this new year, still in its infancy, baby pun, we are going to play our first podcast game of 2025. I am calling this game New Year Nepo Baby. Natasha, producer Zach coming in, and let's play.
All right. Hey, Michael. Sounds fun.
All right. Everybody in?
I'm here.
I am in.
Here is the concept of this game. I am going to give you two the name of a baby or child or person, and you two have to try and guess their celebrity parents or parent. Got it?
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay. And you can work together on this. This really isn't competing against you two, but whatever you want to do.
All right.
I'm not going to keep score. Okay, are you two ready to play?
Yes.
Ready.
Okay, I have 6 names that we're going to go through. First one is an easy one. Okay, number 1 is Blue Ivy.
We know that. Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Okay.
Right?
Very good.
Yes.
I love the enthusiasm.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, Nepo babies, enthusiasm. I don't know. We're more just like,
You know what?
must
That's
be
a good
nice.
point. Yeah. All
I
right.
don't have to work hard a day in my life. Just let things come. Let things
You know
happen.
what? I know.
Okay.
You're right. I'm not even going to go into that. Okay. Anyway, number 2 is Apple Blythe Allison Martin.
Oh, I know.
Easy. Yeah. Go ahead, Zach. I know it too, but
Gwyneth Paltrow, Chris Martin.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Ding, ding. 2 for 2. Okay, this is where it gets a little harder.
Okay.
Number 3, Cosmo.
Oh.
Cosmo.
That's tough. I mean,
I legit don't know what the last name is, by the way.
I was gonna say, is it like Prince?
No, he didn't have kids, I don't think.
No, I meant no last name.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You know what? Could be. Don't know.
Michael Richards would be too obvious.
Okay. True.
I was going to say I don't think he named his kid. I don't even know if he has kids, but after his character's name. That's the only reference I have for Cosmo is Cosmo Kramer.
Here's a hint for this couple.
Okay, hint.
Both very famous. He is known for his work in television. She is known for her work in big blockbuster movies. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say it's not Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson.
No, much younger.
Much younger. Okay.
Zach, do you got anything?
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
That's
sorry, Cosmo. I'm sure you're a lovely boy, whoever you are.
Honestly, don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
Oh, you don't know if it's a boy? Oh, sorry.
I have no clue. I didn't do that much research. Okay, the parents of Cosmo, they are Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. Very famous, but I did not know their kids' names. So
nor did I.
I was
All right,
forgetting that one.
Number 4, and this is a bit of a throwback to kind of the MTV days.
Okay.
The child's name, who is not a child anymore, she is very much grown, Lourdes. Lourdes. Lourdes.
Like the singer?
No.
Oh, Madonna and somebody.
Yeah,
Oh,
Madonna.
yeah, right. I thought it was Lourdes.
Oh, well, crap. Then I screwed up. I thought
then I might have gotten it, but anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
This one you will get, I believe. Number 5. The kid's name is North.
Kanye West.
Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Yeah, we won't talk about him.
Sorry.
Okay, Barf. Okay, this last one, I don't know. I don't know if you'll get it. Let's see.
No. Okay.
The child's name is Riot.
Riot.
Is it? No, I'm thinking of. There's another one named Radix, and that's Cameron Diaz's kid.
Oh no, it's not.
Benji Madden. Okay, so it's not that person.
Nope. Riot.
Riot? Like, how do you spell that?
RIOT.
I don't know.
Okay, a hint. Also a very famous couple, both musicians. She is wildly more popular and incredibly wealthy. She has her own, I think, cosmetic line, perfume line as well.
Rihanna?
Ding ding,
Oh,
Zach.
wow, nice job. And the
Rihanna
father
and
is, God, what's the guy's name? I don't remember.
Is it Aesop Rocky?
it
Yes,
is
you're right.
Yeah. I
Rocky.
should have pulled that one over Rihanna. I actually have one of his on vinyl.
Oh, you do? Okay. So anyway, Blue Ivy, Apple, Cosmo, Lords, North, and Riot. Those were the names. On that note, let's start the episode, shall we? Welcome to Shared Accounts with CU Times. Coming up, we're talking with Melanie Kennedy, President and CEO of Southwest Financial Federal Credit Union down in Texas, and Luke Campbell, VP of Sales and Service, also at Southwest Financial. They joined us to talk about their AI journey at the credit union. It's a pretty new journey. We go through a bunch of different questions. We talk about their struggles, their successes, everything they've been thinking about with AI so far. Stay tuned for that. First up, it's lovely to say this again. Let's take a break for the week and check in with Natasha. Hey, Ann.
Hey,
Hey,
Em.
we
Happy to be
missed
back.
you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
We
I
did.
miss you too. I was not expecting to have to take 2 impromptu days off of work and catch up later, but
Yeah,
Mother Nature had other plans.
of course. Zach, we appreciate you filling in and helping us with
Yes,
that particular segment while Natasha was dealing with trying to find a place to stay. Yeah, so thank
yes.
you for
Well,
that. So, Natasha,
yes.
you've been through a bunch. I don't know if you want to talk about that at all, but you've been going kind of traveling around. You didn't have power and all of that. You want to talk about that, or you want to talk about what you watched?
Well, yeah, I do want to talk about what I watched, but yeah, I'll fill in the audience really quickly because also I don't want them to think it was worse than it actually was. I'll say I am located, it's like 60 miles away from Los Angeles and where the
Hmm.
fires are. So I was not directly impacted by that at all. Very, very fortunate and grateful,
Yeah,
just, in comparison to what people have been going through with many, many, many people just not having a home. It's gone.
yeah,
But no, we ended up losing power for about 2 days, and we actually aren't sure what caused the power outage. It was related somehow to the high winds, which were
hmm,
also the winds that were related to spreading these fires in Los Angeles.
right.
So I guess you could say it was related to those fires. But
Hmm.
really, I have no right to complain about the inconvenience it caused. But yeah, we were basically just out of power for 2 days. So we did go to a hotel one night so we could, because it's quite cold. So just to warm
Yeah.
up and catch up on work, of course. So yes, all is good here for me
Okay.
now, and it's pretty much back to normal. Things in Los Angeles absolutely horrific. I have not
Hmm.
been out there yet, but my boyfriend did take a drive out there Saturday evening after we came back to the area, and he was just pretty emotional about it. Actually, he said it was really, really horrific. It was like a
Yeah.
bomb, the aftermath of a
Yeah.
like a war zone. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, that was a thing. But very grateful, very, very fortunate to not have been directly affected myself. So
Of
just so people
course.
know, I don't know if
Yeah.
people think that my house burned down. It did not. So
Yeah.
all good.
Well, glad you're fine.
Yeah.
I did, speaking of all of that, I reached out to a former guest of ours, David Tuyo,
Oh yeah.
at
Right.
University Credit Union there. And, it took him like a day and he responded. He said it was a very sweet note. Thanks for checking in. It was touch and go
Yeah.
for a couple of days because he had pictures of the fire from his backyard. But since then, he said, hey, if Natasha needs anything, tell her to reach out. And I told you
Oh, well,
that,
that's so sweet
you
of
know.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
very nice, and everything seems to be okay with
Good.
David.
Okay. Well, what
I
part
don't.
of town is he in? I'm not sure where.
That's a good question. I don't
Okay.
remember. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
where the credit union is headquartered, that wasn't affected by the
N-
fires. That was
No, as far
like
as we know,
downtown.
yeah.
Yeah,
As of
downtown
this
LA
recording,
wasn't.
we haven't heard of one branch that's suffered any
Right.
damage. We're pretty sure branches are going to have smoke damage, but
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the whole
Pierce
city
Strasniak's been
is,
looking
like,
into it. We haven't heard.
really bad, yeah, really, really bad air quality and toxic air even.
Hmm.
So I think anyone that's out there right now shouldn't be outside without like a mask because it's
Right.
kind of like the 9/11 situation where people didn't know at the time, like, oh, this could cause long-term
Right.
respiratory issues when they're there working.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully people are like it's not doing something to protect their lungs because
Sure.
it's pretty bad
Sure.
in the air
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
No, glad to hear that he is okay, and
Mhm.
credit unions, for the most part, didn't get too affected, so that's good news
As of this recording today, we're still
as
waiting
of
to get a
now.
lot of information from California Nevada League, from True
Absolutely.
Stage, from specific credit unions. Information's been a little slow coming out of
Right.
there.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where the long-term consequences are going to be vast, but we
Yeah.
don't know yet. We just don't know
Hmm.
how economically impact that's gonna be, who
Sure.
knows, on the housing prices, housing market, and
Hmm.
then, yeah, I'm sure with the credit unions with their membership
Yep.
probably affected. So, yeah, it's definitely, yeah, still to come, but not a great way to start the year off. It's barely
No,
started. So,
no, it's not.
no.
All right, let's get into our TV chat real quick.
Okay.
What have you been watching lately?
Yeah, because we actually haven't done one of these since last year, since before the holidays. So,
Oh, true.
yeah, I've watched a number of movies, but the one thing I did wanna bring up that I was really, really excited about and just blew through last weekend before any of these fires started was
Yeah.
season 2 of Squid Game on Netflix.
Oh, right. What'd you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, it was, I mean, really good. I mean, the first season
Yeah.
was amazing, very just really dark, obviously,
Yeah.
really absurdly violent. But so the thing with season 2, it ended very abruptly on a very abrupt cliffhanger. So now we're all like, it's almost like it would have been better to wait for season 3 and then watch season 2 and season 3 together.
But production-wise, didn't they already shoot season 3?
They did, yeah. So they did actually shoot it all at once.
Okay.
But then I guess the creator was interviewed about it, and he said it went on a little too long for one season, so they decided to split it into 2.
Oh.
But the good thing is that now we don't have to wait too long. I guess it's,
Yeah.
yeah, sometime mid-year, season 3 will be coming out. But it's like,
Okay,
yeah, I
cool.
almost wish I had waited and, watched them together because 'cause you're like, "Ah, I wanna know what happened." Yeah,
Yeah.
it got pretty dark. It was ugh.
Well, speaking of that, like, very quickly, because the new season of Severance is coming on.
Yes, that's another one I am so excited about.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of episodes from the previous season because it's been 3 years.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm ready for that show to come back.
So excited. I can't wait. That, and then the other one I'm waiting for is The White Lotus season 3.
Oh, yeah. See,
That's
oh,
gonna
what is
be,
that, Thailand?
yes, it's Thailand, and I can't wait because I was in Thailand last year, so
Yeah.
it'll be really fun. That another great one. So yeah, I guess more to shows lately.
Okay.
But yeah, what about, I'm sure you have watched 100 movies since we last talked about this.
You
What's
know
something that
what?
stands out for you?
Well, hold on. I'm going to say this because you're right. We haven't talked about it since last year, but I'm going to go to my 2024 movie watching statistics. So,
Ooh,
according to Letterboxd that I use, and again, anybody can follow me, it's fine. I watched 178 movies in 2024.
nice.
So that's fun. Right now, I've watched 10 so far this year.
Oh, okay.
And let's see, what are some good ones I've watched lately? You know what? I watched a silly Violet movie, The Beekeeper. Have you
Oh,
watched that?
no, I haven't watched that.
With Jason Statham.
Okay, is that a newer one?
A
Or is there
newer
one?
one. It came out in 24. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I remember seeing it popping up.
Absolutely silly premise,
Oh, okay.
but the action was a blast.
Oh, fun.
It was
Okay.
it was really good. And I gave it 3.5 stars, and I wrote 4 stars if there wasn't any dialogue because what they were saying was just super stupid.
It just kinda ruined the whole.
Yeah, but it was good. And then I watched M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, the movie she directed, her directorial debut.
Oh, is that the same person who's the singer who was in Trap?
No,
Oh, it's
no,
a
that's a
different
different
person.
daughter.
Okay. Okay.
The Watchers came out this
Oh,
past
yeah,
year.
yeah.
It was
Okay.
directed by Ishana
Okay.
Shyamalan, and it was a pretty fun movie. Not
Okay.
bad. The
Cool.
Watchers. So I
Nice.
watched a bunch of other garbage, but those two were pretty fun.
Sure, sure. Okay. Quick
Okay.
question on just with Letterboxd. I use it a little bit as well, but I'm not
Yeah.
as advanced on it as you are. Do they have like, can you set like challenges for yourself throughout the year if you have like a goal of movies you want to watch? Because it reminds me a little bit of
I
Goodreads. On Goodreads, like with books, you're supposed to set
yeah.
a goal beginning of the year and see if you can read that many books.
Letterboxd does not have a gamification aspect to it, at least that I'm aware of.
Right.
Maybe if you pay for it,
Oh, right, they do
there's
have a
something
premium
to it.
version, right. Well, and I don't know if I mean, I guess watching movies is I guess it makes sense to have a reading goal because that's more like sort of
Yeah.
like work to like read
Hmm.
books maybe, and then you feel like you accomplished something when you finish,
Yep.
but I don't know if you would feel like you accomplished a lot by watching like 200 movies in a year because it's like, "Oh, I just sat on my ass and whatever,
I
didn't
don't
move."
know.
I don't know.
There's so much culture involved in movie watching, and that's what
Yeah,
I love watching French movies and really old
yeah,
movies and then really stupid Jason Statham movies.
sure.
I don't think it's a complete waste of time.
No,
Sometimes it
no,
can
I
be, I guess.
absolutely don't. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think so. But yeah, I guess it doesn't take as much like active mental effort when you're
No,
doing it.
it can be as active as you want it to be,
True. Yeah. Good point.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our interview.
Sure.
So, I unfortunately was not in attendance due to my power outage. However, I
Yeah.
did listen to the interview. So, Michael had a very interesting direct conversation with Melanie and Luke and got a real good sense of some of the issues and thoughts that led to Southwest Financial's decision to open its doors to a new AI strategy.
Yep.
So, more and more AI, it never ends, right?
Hmm.
And oh, you got to meet Murphy, Luke's dog,
Yes, he
on the
barks in the
recording.
background. We get to
Isn't that
talk.
fun?
We get to have a dog chat for a little bit.
I love that. We gotta have
Murphy.
more dog guests on our show.
Yep.
So yes, we have all that coming up next.
Hey, listeners. This episode is excitedly sponsored by our friends at Bud Financial. Trusted by credit unions and core banking providers, Bud Financial is an expert in transaction intelligence. Bud Financial's plug-and-play personalization platform improves member financial health, boosts cross-sell, and has been shown to grow deposits by an average of over $6,000 per member. That's incredible. These people at Bud Financial are super nice, very fun. I really enjoy them. Find out more about Bud Financial at thisisbud.com. That's thisisbud.com. Bud Financial. Joining us in the virtual studio today is Melanie Kennedy, President and CEO of Southwest Financial Federal Credit Union, headquartered in the beautiful Farmers Branch, Texas, right outside of Dallas. And Luke Campbell, Vice President of Sales and Service, also at Southwest Financial. Melanie and Luke, welcome to Shared Accounts.
Awesome.
Hey,
Thank you
thanks
very
for
much for
having
having
us.
us.
Yeah, Melanie and Luke is now my new favorite soap opera couple name. I like it. I'm very happy to have you. So we're going to plow through a lot of questions here, and you all can kind of decide how you want to answer it according to who has the best knowledge, or you can both talk at the same time. It's pretty fun. We're pretty laid back, so here we go. Let's lay out the foundation here of your AI journey that you are going through right now. And this is a question that I find very interesting, the genesis of things. What were your early meetings like, and what did you discuss as far as the AI needs for Southwest Financial?
So, as a 100% digital credit union,
Mhm.
everything that we can automate, the better. So, for us, it's really pretty natural.
Mhm.
When we spoke to Tim and he had this opportunity for the financial calculators and the AI built into it, we saw it as a natural extension to our financial education from a credit union perspective.
Okay. And explain who Tim is really quick, the background on that.
Tim Pringer is the CEO of Apply and the creator of our calculators.
Okay, fantastic. So what were some of the needs you saw, in those early days? You're all digital. Did you just were like looking purely automation, like you're saying?
Yeah, some of that is purely automation. A lot of it in this specific case is financial education, right? How can we
Okay.
help educate our members naturally with
Mhm.
products and services that they're already using?
Okay. So how long did that take you all from that initial set of meetings to make a decision about what direction to go with AI?
So we've actually worked with Tim in the past on a couple other adventures. So that was easy to kind of get to know him. He knows us very well too, how
Mhm.
our business works. So from beginning to end, it was close to 6 weeks once we had a few meetings in between there, and they provided kind of how the products look and feel would be and how it would be submitted to our members.
6 weeks is amazing. That's the shortest answer I've heard from talking to a bunch of credit unions. That's incredible.
Yep.
So what were the key factors then that led Southwest Financial to go with this AI-powered calculator over other solutions?
Well, that's also an easy answer. There are no other solutions like this solution.
Okay.
So I have yet to see a solution that competes with it, which makes it an easy sell.
Okay. I like a straightforward answer. So how does this AI partnership fit in with the credit union's broader digital transformation strategy?
So really, it provides just another layer of information that's natural and intuitive. So it's going to take all the members' feedback and what they've input into the system and give them a true and accurate answer of how it feels, whether the member would be approved, denied, or what they could do to work on their credit to get them to the place where they want to be. And we've plugged in all the answers that, as far as putting in our rates, how we would feel, whether or not it would be approved, calculating DTI, all that sort of information that a regular person would be talking to the member about.
Yeah. Going through those answers and that bit of information, was that also built into that 6 weeks or was this post that?
It was pretty much ready within that 6 weeks. There have been a few little small
Jeez.
tweaks here and there, but yeah, it was all ready to go.
Again, incredible. And this is why we like to talk to credit unions about their journeys, because our listeners and our readers really love to hear kind of some goalposts like that. It helps put a lot of things into perspective. So moving on from that to get a bit more granular here, what specific features of the AI solution will help members better understand their lending options?
So, like Luke said, when a member is applying for a loan, they would enter all of the information. How much of the loan are they looking for? What's their credit score? How much do they owe? We'll calculate the DTI for them. And then the AI piece comes back and says, oh, it's likely that you're qualified. It's very likely that you're qualified. Or maybe you should give us a text and we'll walk through some options.
Not just on the lending side, but also there's multiple other calculators that members can use. We have one that talks about retirement. So they can put in what their balances are there and when they want to retire, what their current balances are and how much they plan on contributing to their retirement. And it'll give them an outlook kind of towards how long it could take and what that amount is going to be each month for the member to reach that goal. And it provides it in an easy way for the member to understand.
So can either one of you kind of go into that financial education piece a little bit more?
Yes. If it thinks that maybe their likelihood isn't quite as high, it'll tell them something like, try lowering the amount of the loan that you're asking for, and your likelihood should increase. But it'll also tell them, oh, your credit score is kind of low. Here's some of the key factors that really impact your score. Here's how you can work on those to improve your credit score overall. In the meantime, let's get you over to one of our member opportunity specialists and design a product that's best for you.
I like the approach because you're not saying no, and you're leaving the door wide open for them.
Yeah, and like Luke said, it's not just a lending calculator, right? It's not your standard calculator. It's got so much more information to it.
Yeah.
The retirement calculator, I think, is also super cool, like Luke said.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But first, I need to know whose dog that is.
I would rather not say.
Well, because I want to ask what the dog's name is.
His name is Murphy, and he is an 80-pound chocolate lab that interrupts all of my calls.
Murphy, we love you, Murphy. Also, just for perspective for our listeners, right now they're in the Dallas area, and you guys are getting hit by snow and ice. So Murphy wants to go play.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I love Murphy. Okay, I'm sorry. Moving on. Okay, you were talking about the financial education part, the lending calculator, but I also want to ask, how does the AI that you're using explain potential loan challenges and provide actionable steps for members? It sounds like, Melanie, you've kind of hit on that a bit.
Yeah, so it really depends on which piece isn't working for them. Is it their credit score? Then it'll give them credit score advice. Is it their debt to income ratio? It'll give them debt to income ratio advice. And it's really intuitive and natural in the way it educates the member.
Well, I want to ask you, Melanie, very quickly, on a personal level, did you test this out before lunch, personally?
Yeah.
And what'd you think of it at the time?
It's pretty cool the way it feels natural. If you were looking at a new car loan, you would go and go,
Yeah.
"Oh, I wonder how much my payments would be if I purchased this vehicle." So, you would just go to the financial calculator and it looks like other financial calculators, but other financial calculators are just calculating. So this gives you the same calculation on the front end. To the side, it'll say, oh, you have a high probability of qualifying for a loan. Here's what your payments are going to be, just like everything else. Great job on your credit. Your credit's looking good. Here's some ways to make it even better. It's very positive and motivating.
This is when I feel like AI is a good thing, There are a lot of bad versions of AI, and I love hearing the tone of your voice and the excitement behind it and the caring and that connection. And that I really, really like that. And Luke, kind of the same question to you. When you first were able to get your hands on it and run through it, what did you think?
So I'll go a little bit differently, but we were able to share this with
Please.
our team as well. So we have
Mhm.
29 members of our team, and they've all had excellent responses to them going and doing their personal information in there and seeing how the tools would work.
Yeah.
They've all said that this is providing a lot of answers that they would be answering as well. So like if a member were to call and say, hey, do you think I'll get approved for this? It's now having this ability to have AI answer those questions for them and then point them in the right direction one way or the other to go ahead and apply or to maybe work on something for that specific member to get approved in the future. So I think it's answering a lot of those questions that our team normally has to answer. But for me, I went in there, like we talked about earlier with the retirement calculator. I went in and I cried a little bit afterwards, but it kind of it puts me on the right direction to realize some of maybe the shortcomings that I have in planning for retirement.
It's why I don't get on a scale, like, oof,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. A big question here that a lot of our listeners and readers are very interested in, what metrics or KPIs will you all use to measure the success of this AI?
Everything seems to be tracked within the calculator. So on the back end, one of the most important ones that we're going to be tracking is just how many of the members are converted to loan applications. So how many members see that, hey, they're likely to be approved, and then they click that button that then takes them automatically to our online loan application. They fill that out there, and then we'll be able to tell from beginning to end if they went through this program and then match them up on the funding screens as well. So we'll get a funding report, and then I can see, yes, this member went through the apply channel, and it eventually led to our loan growth.
And when did you launch this exactly?
Hasn't quite been long.
Okay. Because I would love to check in with you all down the road and, just see how you're doing. Because, this is just a new frontier, a new experience for the credit union and your members. And I find this very exciting. And speaking of your members, is there any sort of education aspect to your members to ensure they understand your use of AI? Or is all this really just on the background and the members are just doing what members do?
For us, this will all just be in the background and members just do what they do.
Okay, that's wonderful. So how about training and resources for the staff and support member who use this AI tool who are kind of working in the background? How did that training go?
So a lot of the training was just giving them the ability to go to the links and work through it for themselves to see how it works and if members do have questions about what they're completing within the calculators. That's been the extent of the training so far. What we're looking forward to is kind of seeing what we talked about earlier is the back end side, the reporting side, and how much traffic is going through and what ultimately provides us with an application at the end.
Fantastic. And how many people did you say were on the back end of this? 20 something?
So we have 29 employees that have all gone through and done their own calculations and seen how the product works.
Excellent. And do you have any thoughts about other AI-powered tools or features that Southwest Financial might be considering implementing down the road?
So oddly, one of the products that we don't currently have is a chatbot. And so that will probably be our next AI venture. We've been texting for a long time, but all of our lending decisions are made by people and not automated. And while we know that we could use AI to automate those, we haven't found the right AI solution for that need that does relationship lending, because that's what most of our lending is done on.
And how many members do you have?
Right under 10,000.
Okay. Also, when you do launch this chatbot, we like to ask credit unions what they name their chatbot internally. There are a lot of really funny names out there, and I would love to hear what you all call yours. As far as the future, looking quite a bit further down the road here, are you going to take like feedback from your members in shaping how you decide on the direction of your AI driven innovations for the credit union?
If they offered, yes. We recently did a survey that to our membership that kind of asked like what products and services would you like to utilize that maybe we're not offering. And chat was the biggest one that we don't currently have. So that has helped shape some of that. Now it's just finding the right partner. But as far as other AI driven solutions, I'm not sure that we will actually notify our membership.
Fair enough. And Luke, I did want to ask, again, kind of on a personal level, how exciting is this to have this kind of technology kind of at your fingertips now?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. I don't know if I'll quote Melanie the correct way, but if we're not the leaders in innovation, we want to be close followers. So
Sure.
if we're maybe not the first to market, we want to be in with all the products and services that are coming out there that ultimately help our members the best way we can.
Fantastic. So we're going to move on to the second part of the interview, which is not about AI, but I'm probably going to ask a question about Murphy. But these questions are really about the two of you. And I want to ask you, first of all, Melanie, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Arlington, Texas.
Okay, not far away.
Not far away. Fun fact is I lived in the same house that I grew up in until I was 40 something. So my whole life.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Luke, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Plano, Texas, so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I live about 10 miles away from where I grew up. And it's convenient, but I always envisioned myself moving and, living somewhere else and getting to know different cities, but it just didn't happen that way.
Having grown up down south, as myself did, I grew up in Arkansas and lived in Texas for a while too. You two do not have Southern accents, really. It's very interesting.
There's another fun fact. For a while, my brother would make fun of me because I said y'all twice in my voicemail. So,
Sure.
But yeah, no accent, just a bunch of y'alls.
Bunch of y'all. Okay, so in Arlington, Melanie, what did you love about the hometown and what annoyed you about it as a kid growing up?
As a kid, nothing annoyed me. I loved everything about it.
That's wonderful.
Basically, I grew up at Six Flags.
Oh, you know what? You're the first person on the pod to say that. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Luke, what about you? What'd you love about your hometown in Plano? What annoyed you as a kid?
What I loved about it was just the rivalry between the high schools in Plano. It had a lot of the Friday Night Lights feel.
Yeah.
But what also annoyed me about that was sometimes playing for the sports teams, I was always close to making the teams, just never actually made them. So possibly being in a smaller town, maybe I would have lettered in 6 or 7 sports.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is crazy because Texas obviously is a giant high school football loving state.
Yeah.
And I have never seen such humongous high school stadiums that I have in Texas. They're incredible.
And they're even getting bigger now.
I'm sure. Well, speaking of this, Luke, let me ask you, what was your high school mascot?
We were the Panthers, the Plano Panthers.
So was I,
Oh,
but
nice.
in Arkansas. Yeah, Fighting Panthers. Melanie, what was your mascot?
Vikings.
The Vikings. Yes, those Nordic Texan Vikings. Makes a lot of sense. High school mascot stuff just tickles me, what people name their high schools. Did we have Panthers in Arkansas? No. Did you have them in Plano? Probably not. So this is fun. Okay, Melanie, what was the first album you remember buying or listening to?
So I won't tell you my first album, but I will tell you my first concert.
Please.
Which was Michael Jackson.
Oh, wait, in Dallas?
Yeah.
Wait, what year?
Oh.
80?
Yeah, somewhere in that time frame.
Something?
Yeah.
I almost went to that same show.
Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. What do you remember about the concert?
So my mom took me. That's how young I was.
Sure.
And it was so cool. It's still one of the things that we talk about today.
Oh, that's fun.
It was Michael Jackson in his prime, and it was super cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Luke, what was the first album you ever bought or remember listening to?
So can't necessarily remember the first one I bought, but I remember listening to was the Guns N' Roses albums. So I think it was in 91, they actually released two. It was Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
One was red and one was blue. I really liked the red one. It had a November Rain on there. And if you were ever dancing with a girl, you wanted that long song to go. And I think November Rain was 8 minutes long. So
yes, it
that's
was.
what I remember.
November Rain. Yeah, it's a weird song, but weird slow dance song. I will give you that. All right, last question here. What was the last movie you watched, Luke?
Oh, so me and my boys went to go see Sonic 3 over the weekend.
Oh, that movie's doing fantastic at the box office. What'd you think?
It was good. Jim Carrey's always been one of my favorites. So he had two roles in Sonic 3. He got to play the regular Dr. Robotnik and then the grandpa, too.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Spoiler.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Melanie, what was the last movie you watched?
Fun fact, it was the same movie, Sonic 3.
Wait, this is a first on our episodes that our guests have seen the same movie. What did you think of Sonic 3?
It was good. I didn't have any expectations. I was babysitting my nephew,
Smart.
taking my daughter to the movies. That's what they chose, and it was good. It served its purpose.
Okay. It served its purpose, just like a coaster.
Hmm.
Okay, that's wonderful. You know what? That's it. Melanie Kennedy, President and CEO of Southwest Financial Federal Credit Union, and Luke Campbell, Vice President of Sales and Service, also at Southwest Financial. And Murphy, we love you. Thank you both so much for joining us on the show today. I loved it.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks so much.
Great. And for our listeners, please subscribe to Shared Accounts with CU Times. Anywhere you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, you know where it is. And if you want to rate us, we would love the feedback. For those of you with questions or comments, feel free to email Natasha over at nchillingarian@cutimes.com, or you can email myself at mogden@cutimes.com. And thank you to our sponsor, Bud Financial. Find out more at thisisbud.com. Also, thank you to our producer, Zach Nyheisel. Thanks, Zach. Join us again next week for a new episode of Shared Accounts with CU Times. Until then, thanks for listening. November Rain.